our next guests believe the breaking of bread brings people closer together and is what they build their culinary bond on.
Well, each week on their hit TV show on the TLC TV network, the fabulous Baker brothers, Tom and Henry Herbert, reinvent traditional English cuisine, usually with the help of bread.
Well, to understand their passion for the humble staple and the art of baking, we caught up with Tom and Henry, who were in town recently for StarHub's Hubblicious Food Fair.
We've got a show, and we're baking and cooking and just sort of trying to reimagine British classics to make them something for a modern palate.
Well,
that's
give
more
me an
exciting.
example.
So, you know, like this pie here, so this is a chicken leek pie, which is a very classic kind of British thing, and but, you know, making it so people can make it at home rather than, you know, buying it from a supermarket or whatever, because, you know, if you make it yourself, make the pastry, it's so much more delicious. Yeah,
This is I can
yeah, go for it. Still, should be still warm.
Yeah, it actually still feels a bit warm. So, making it, is it tough to make? I mean, people always think, you know, it's...
And that's the thing, if you take the trouble to make a pie, and it's actually very easy, you can use up leftover bits of chicken, you know, so we're big fans of, you know, like buy a whole chicken, use the whole thing up, and then you can enjoy it warm, and then maybe for a couple of days as a nice cold
That's right, because all the stuff inside is a bit like a stew. You can throw in some chicken, some peas, some ham.
And in our show we just get to show people how to do that in the kind of framework of a pie war. So we come up with a pie each for a particular audience.
And we have a little competition, and then...
Yeah, it can be a big competition sometimes.
Well, because you are brothers, and I guess that competitive spirit's always there.
Yeah, and you know, as much as I'm proud of, you know, I've taught them everything I know, yeah, we try and beat each other for sure.
Okay. Well, this is a bit of a family tradition, is that right? I mean, the baking thing.
Yeah, it goes back, we're fifth generation, so it goes back a long way, and we grew up above our family business, Hobbs House Bakeries, like in a Cotswold high street, a butchery and bakery downstairs, and you know, we grew up with those kind of sounds and smells and food wafting upstairs, and we fell into it pretty easily.
Okay, and does the family come visit? I mean, your grandmother was integral in all of this.
Yeah, well, you know, like Tom said, we grew up in a family full of really good food where everything was made from scratch, so the appreciation was there. But it's still very much a family business. So our dad's the boss, our brothers work in it, our uncles do. So. You mustn't tell them that we're having good fun here. Because, you know,
they think this is work.
This is hard work.
This is hard work.
This is hard work. But working with the family, I mean, there are pros and cons to it. Sometimes they say it's a bit of a love-hate thing.
It's all we know. Right?
Fortunately, we don't have no idea what it would be like. Otherwise, sometimes we try and imagine. But I guess, you know, as much as we fight each other and we try and beat each other, you know, we're brothers, so we love each other, and we kind of that gets you through the hard stuff.
We love sharing. So the great thing about being able to do a show, is that you can share with lots of people. So being able to come to Southeast Asia, bringing a show that we made in England, it's amazing. So.
Are you hoping to sort of dispel some of that myth behind English food?
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be a good add-on.
Well, we know bread also. I mean, good bread is also important. What is good bread? Let me ask you.
Well, I think good bread is simply, just made with simple ingredients: flour, water, a bit of yeast, and salt to season it, and thyme. Thyme's the really key ingredient. It's mass-produced bread is just made super quick.
Right.
But when bread's made with thyme, it has character and flavour. And sometimes people find it easier to digest. So it's win-win. We make it the good old-fashioned way, and have done for generations.
So when you say thyme, you're talking about thyme, not the thyme.
Although that could be nice too.
I'm just trying to imagine.
Nice,
I see. So how long would a typical? I mean, when you say thyme.
Okay, so a mass-produced loaf can be made in under an hour. But for our fastest one would be a couple of hours minimum, so at least double. But our most popular loaf is called a Schurston overnight dough loaf. The dough's made in the evening and left to rise overnight with a tiny amount of yeast. It's got great flavour. It stays fresh for a long time. It's got a good crust on it. And the story has it that our grandfather used to sleep on the dough bin and tip him off first thing in the morning when it's time to start work.
Okay.
Because this is before
we've got the recipe on our show, TLC 427, 30 Wednesdays.
And I've still got that image of him sleeping on the dough.
Yeah. Well, I guess.
What was he doing sleeping on the dough bin? That's what I want to ask. He must have had a tiff with his wife or something. She's kicked him out.
And he found it made for some great bread. So
there you go.
Why not keep doing it?
Well, hey, look, 90 years later, it's still our most popular loaf, and it makes the best toast in the world, so we believe. So when you find a good way of doing something, it's worth kind of sticking with these traditions. But then we play around with it too.
The weather has a bit to do with that as well. I mean, here in Singapore, for example, it's really humid, and we don't leave food outside, a lot of times because it gets moldy real quick. And bread is one of those things that, in a way, best eaten fresh, of course, but not always so easily done in climate like this. So, any tips? How should we keep bread here?
Well, I guess you want to put it in maybe like a paper bag and keep it somewhere kind of airtight.
Cool and dry.
Yeah, somewhere cool and dry.
But not in a fridge.
And if you're making it at home, obviously because it's humid, you'd want to use cold water because it's going to happen much quicker if you use warm water. So in England, we need to give it all the help we can get. So we have to warm the water up to it.
It's so nice being over here, just soaking it up.
This is the extreme.
Exactly,
But you said don't put the bread in the fridge because I know it hardens, right? It pretty much goes
and also
rock solid.
It attracts bacteria and then you get mold growing.
It's kind of humid in a fridge, isn't it? And the bread can get
and let me get your take on this then. What about frozen bread? Sometimes you buy those, you freeze it, and then you pop it in the oven when you need to make it.
Yeah, that's fine.
If it's done well, that can be a really neat way of having fresh bread when you need it.
Smell, and we know that smell is the best smell in the world.
Okay. Well, so in your show, the two of you bake together, sort of have a bit of fun. I think it's... what are you hoping people will get out from the show? Is it really a cooking show per se, as I can watch and learn how to cook?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're not here to fluff our egos and show how clever we are. We want people to be able to do recipes at home, and so they're really accessible things using everyday ingredients, but also. We've put a lot of our personality into it and a lot of our heritage, so they're kind of fun, high-energy recipes that, people can recreate back at home.
Yeah, it's baking for boys, really. Because, on the TV, there's been lots of cupcakey, pretty
This is all rough and ready, big pies, fire,
But that doesn't mean the ladies can't do it.
Okay.
And we know some of them have been watching because, they've been tweeting us and stuff. So, so, what we're saying is check out the show. You'll see that it's entertaining, it's high energy, but we just want to present simple food that's really delicious and worth making. Hopefully we'll inspire
food that we love
more guys to get back into the kitchen.
So a guy can go in fairly easily, whip up a dish without having to worry about too much flack.
These recipes work.
And all the recipes are online, so you can...
And you've got a cookbook as well, which has the recipes as well. Is that
we have
stuff
two.
from the show?
Yeah.
All the recipes from the show?
Yeah, all the recipes from the show. Yeah, there's two. So one's Fabulous Baker Brothers, and the other one, the follow-up one, is called Glorious British Grub. But it's kind of a modern take using great produce, how you can create inspiring and delicious simple food at home.
Okay, last question. Have you tried any of the local food?
We've tried so much food,
I got a favourite so far? What has caught your attention?
Yeah, curry puffs.
Curry puffs.
Love chendol.
Chendol, is that what you said?
We've also been force-fed some...
oh, no, don't mention it.
Durians? Oh, it's a love-hate. It's
definitely. I need to try it again.
Because everyone we've met loves it, so there must be something in it, but I'm just not feeling it yet.
Yeah. Give it a chance.
Okay, I'll give it a chance.
Do you like it?
I like it.
We've only had it in a cake, in fairness, so maybe we need to go to the
For the
source.
actual fruit, have it cold. It's a bit easier to have.
Okay, good tip. Thank heavens for that.
Wear gloves.
There you go, the fabulous Baker brothers, Tom and Henry, there sharing with us a bit more about their passion for love and, of course, for bread as well. They have a particular keenness on bread.
That's right. You can actually incorporate durian into baking. Quite a few bakeries.
I was just thinking durian with bread, maybe.
Yeah, no, I see. Sometimes, like, with the custard inside, that kind of thing.
Wow.
Custard filling.
Imagine the durian spread. Okay.
Yeah.
But
they're very creative, those brothers. I'm sure they had a good time here in Singapore learning about the different ingredients.
A good chance to try out the food as well. Their show is on the TLC network, and they were in Singapore for the Star Hub Hubbalicious Food Fair. And of course, bakers only share recipes on a need-to-know basis.
Need-to-know basis.
That's right.
I should know that.